Alright, I think we're rolling here. So, if you guys watched my last video, there was a really cool little Rambler wagon on there, and today I've got another cool wagon for you. This is a 67 Belair wagon. Originally started life as a 283, 3-speed on the column. Belongs to a good friend of mine, Ken. Ken's had this for about 2-3 years now, Ken?
4 years.
4 years?
Yep.
And now, this car, very base model car. It comes with a radio and a set of hubcaps, but that makes a really good platform for the vision Ken has for it, and that's old school drag wagon. And it's very cool. One of my favorite things about this car, and you don't see a lot of them like this, and now where's a 4-speed? Very cool. So right now, the drivetrain, the original drivetrain's long gone, and this is now a 350 with a 4-speed. And Ken will show us under the hood here real quick. It looks very clean under here. So the 283 is long gone.
Actually, the 3 in the tree is in our friend Calvin's.
Right, yeah.
Like Chrysler in your previous video.
So if you guys haven't seen the video of Calvin's Chrysler, the original 3-speed on the column that was in this car is now in that Chrysler with an adapter plate. But this is a nice, healthy little 350 small block. Ken has done some work to this engine. These are different heads on here. And his vision does include a big block. So he would be happy with, ideally it'd be nice to see a 427 in here, but 396, a 402.
Yeah.
So if anybody's in our viewing area happens to have, a reasonable big block for sale, this is part of Ken's vision. So he would like to have a big block in this car for obvious reasons. That's all part of the theme. Now, when Ken first got this car, these fenders here were basically flopping in the wind. He's done a lot of metal work over this last winter and majority of the spring. New quarters, inner outer tubs, inner and outer rockers. The floors are all brand new in this car now. Very, very solid car today. He didn't start with that. He's been doing a lot of work here to get this right. And it looks really good. That's super nice. Vintage tack in there. And these cars originally came with the gas tank. The fuel tank was actually right in this quarter panel. It was actually, this one was held on by one strap. It was basically falling out of there. Ken's pulled that out. He tried to find an original tank for it, had some trouble. Found one, but it didn't quite fit in here properly. So this is another cool thing here is he's, after some measuring, he was able to acquire a fuel cell that actually is hidden here underneath where the spare tire well is. And it turned out very good. It was 18 gallon, you think you said?
I think it's an 18-gallon tank, very close to the original saddle tank on the back, on the side.
Very cool. And that tucks underneath this cover.
Yep.
I didn't know it was there.
Nice and hidden away.
The only thing, I guess, you gotta roll down the window to fill it up. But
yeah, and that's not a big deal. It actually kind of turns a few heads when you pull up to the gas station and roll down the window and stick the nozzle in the back window.
Very neat, and he's got some Go Fast decals here, and it wears modified production designation on the side windows. Very, very cool looking. Another thing that Ken has here is when the mood strikes him, he's got a full set of these torque thrust wheels, front and back, and he's also got these steelies for the back to give it that old school drag car look, and then he's got a set of hubcaps and steelies for all around the car, so he can change the look of it if he so desires, and that's kind of a neat thing. But yeah, I spent a couple days underneath this car. It's basically mechanically all new.
Yes, you did a lot of work on the suspension and steering, and helped with the fuel system as well with putting the engine in.
Yeah, this was a lot of fun. So Ken was able to acquire basically everything. Inner and outer tie rods, upper and lower control arms, bushings and ball joints and center link and steering box and coil springs. Everything's basically brand new. So everything underneath this car is new, and you did the brakes on it, I think?
Did the brakes on it. Calvin and I did the brakes on it. The brakes been fully redone, the fuel system, the suspension, the drivetrain's been changed out, and all from help from all of you people, friends and
all your buddies get together, and
we all get together and we have fun and work on our vehicles.
Yeah, so this has been kind of a neat project. So this is power drum brake, standard steering, standard transmission, just your basic Belair. It's almost the same as a Biscayne. It's very, very standard vehicle. But that makes a great platform for what you're building
That's
here.
right.
That's and if anybody remembers race cars back in the day, that was the kind of thing that guys built them out of postcards.
Yep. Very plain
You know,
cars.
very, very basic. They were a little bit structurally stronger, the
Yes.
postcars,
Yep.
but they didn't come with air conditioning and power steering and all those things that would have kind of slowed you down. So
Right.
that's what these cars were made into, or that was the preferred car. Yeah, so new, basically everything underneath is new. We've got all new brakes. We've got a different drivetrain. Ken's done a ton of metal work here. It really shows. It's looking good. This car is going to eventually be all red. And recently you required a parts car. We stripped that down.
4-door sedan parts car. Interestingly enough, it was also red. And probably 95% or better rust free.
Yeah, so now you've got doors
I've
and
got
fenders.
Doors, fenders, rad support, front wheel tubs, all that need to be dealt with on this car, that I can use from the parts car onto this one here.
Yeah, and one bonus was that parts car had a 12-bolt differential in it.
12-bolt differential, which was a bonus. I didn't expect that when I got it.
Yeah, so that's going to make its way into this car eventually.
That fills in the void for the big block drivetrain.
Very, very cool car, Ken. I like it. You've done a great job. And as Ken progresses here, if he finds a big block for it, as he moves along with this build, I'm going to have more videos for you. So stay tuned on this one, guys. Well, thanks very much, Ken.
You're welcome.
Super cool car. I like it.
Thank you.